Happy Friday. We're getting ready to go on our yearly family hunting trip, and we'll be meeting up with my brother-in-law and best friend probably about 4 o'clock in the morning, and we're going to head out to South Texas. So wanted to shoot a quick video before I head out. So I got a call, I don't know, maybe a week or two ago, and I was asked what should be the appropriate allotted amount of time to close a work order. So once the work order is completed, the technician has turned in the service report and submitted it to the service office, how long should it take to close the work order? So let's talk about that today. So I'm John Dowling, author of Service by the Boxes. I do cover this in Work Completed chapter, and you can find this on page 62 of my book, Service by the Boxes. And you know, in the book, I do quote Benjamin Franklin, because he famously said, "Do not put off until tomorrow what can be done today." And any successful people realize that. If you're successful in life, you realize, let me restate this, if you can do it today and get it done. Don't put it off. Do not procrastinate. Success does not come to procrastinators, because procrastinators never get around to be successful. And so I would say, or I answer that question, when should you close the work order? When's the appropriate amount of time to close a work order once it has been completed and the service report has been submitted? And I say the same day. Close it the same day. Why wouldn't you close the work order? If the repairs are done, the service report is completed, and you have a approved estimate, why wouldn't you close the work order? Now, I don't talk about this in my book, but I would say that there's sometimes some good reasons why you don't close the work order. Maybe it's an insurance job, maybe it's a warranty job, or maybe it's what I like to call an issue job, that the parts got messed up, the technician's time got messed up, the job went way over the estimate, and you're trying to figure out what's going on with it. So those are like problem childs. Those are problem work orders with issues, and we can move those aside. And those are for the service manager or somebody who has time to drill down to figure out what went wrong. Why do we have the wrong technician's labor on this work order? So let's just take those aside. And so let's say those are like 10, 15, maybe 20% of your work orders. So if those are 20% of your work orders, you need to call me, and we need to do some coaching sessions or some training on service by the boxes, because if you have that many or that higher percentage of your work orders have issues, then there's greater problems in your service department besides just not closing the work order in a timely manner. So let's take the rest of those work orders. Those work orders should be closed the same day. If we've done every step, or like I like to say, box of the service process correctly, that we've checked it in correctly, and we have accounted or recorded the proper hours and serial number, the customer's complaint, we've done a machine inspection, we've sold the whole job, and we've estimated that to the customer, and we have an approved estimate from the customer, there's no reason to close it. There's no reason why not to close the work order the same day. Now, it could be just because you're tired or you're stressed out. You've already worked 8, 10 plus hours that day. You may just want to go to your child's softball game. And I get it. And I'm not talking about those times. I'm not talking about when you've got an event to go to. Family always comes first. Just let me say that again. Family always comes first. You will not be successful if you don't have a successful family. So family comes first. But a lot of times ask the question, why don't we close the work order? And this is the reason why. Because we don't have an estimate. The customer has no idea what the bill's going to be, and you really just don't want to take that phone call. You really don't want to get chewed out. You're not in the mood for a cussing. And who is? Who really likes conflict? I'm not a conflict person. And so that's why I learned years ago, if I don't want conflict with my customers, then I need to estimate every job. I need to empower them to tell me no from the get-go, before I've got any money in the job. I don't like conflict, so I realize that I have to communicate with that customer. As soon as the job goes south, and it looks like it's going to take another 3 days or whatever it is, or we have to order another $1,000 worth of parts, I need to be on that phone with that customer as quick as possible to let them know. The reason we do not close out work orders is either because we're disorganized, that we're lazy, or we don't have an approved estimate. Or it could be we just don't care. And if that's where you're at as a service manager, you just don't care, then just go find another job and let somebody else have that job. Closing the work order the same day that the repairs are complete will drive your technician recovery, will drive your billing efficiency, will drive your profitability, will drive your cash flow, and you know what? It will drive customer satisfaction. It will increase your customer satisfaction. And the reason we want to drive customer satisfaction, because that drives the trust factor, that builds trust with our customer. Another way to say it is the customer will trust us more the quicker we can bill them and inform them that their machine's ready. That will build trust with them. Because at some point, a job's going to go south. And you need to take a withdrawal from that trust account with that customer to save the day. It is essential to be best in class to close that work order the same day that the service report is turned in. Now, if you put yourself in the customer's shoes, every day their machine is not completed, it's literally like 1,000 years for them. They're trying to plan their day. They're trying to plan their employees' jobs for that day. They're trying to communicate to maybe a job superintendent or another subcontractor, or maybe their customer when this job's going to be completed, but they can't answer anybody because you have their machine and you won't tell them what's going on. You won't let them know that the machine is ready. That's just cruel and mean and spiteful. So remember, do the right things. Do the little things right, and you'll be best in class. You'll drive profitability, you'll drive cash flow, and you'll most importantly drive customer satisfaction and customer trust. If you've done the process correctly, the service process, all the way from the inbox into the work completed box, this is the easiest box in the whole process. So remember, close the work order out the same day. If you can't close that work order out the same day because of inadequate, failing processes or procedures, I'd love to help. Send me an email at john@servicebytheboxes.com, and I'd love to spend some time talking with you on how we can streamline your processes. Or just buy my book, Service by the Boxes, available on Amazon. Read it and apply the principles in your dealership tomorrow and see instant ROI. Have a great weekend. God bless you, and go to church.